Greetings, people of Earth. Oh, the camera's just steadying. Give it a sec. My name is Jax, and today I am alone. My parents have just left for their vacation. I'm gonna post this video the day they come home, just because I think the idea of like telling everyone like, oh, I'm home alone is a little bit suspicious, but they are gone for a month. I'm here with the dogs. My brother and my house is, just down the road. So I'm basically house sitting and managing the farm while they're gone, but I will be home alone. There is no one else here. A lot of people are a little bit sketched out because I live in the middle of nowhere. So the idea of living in the middle of nowhere on a farm by yourself is a little intimidating, except I know all of my neighbors. I trust them all and I know their names. I've met them. I've been in their homes. Like I feel good there. My brother lives just down the road. And I have literally lived on a farm my whole life. So it's not like a huge thing, but it got me thinking of this whole concept and idea of being alone and what that means. And so much of being alone is sort of stigmatized and cast down on, and we don't like being alone. We're social animals. And so there's like a lot to unpack when you are alone, when you're home alone, when you're, by yourself, not just like physically home alone, like there's no humans in this house other than myself, but when you're alone as in single and you're not in a relationship, when you feel alone and isolated from your family, your friends, your community, these are all things that we tend to associate as an inherently negative thing. Like, oh, it's bad, you're alone, oh, that's so bad. I have never really felt this. I remember I used to like fly back and forth between Canada and the UK when I was younger, like when I was like 14 or whatever. And so I'd go and visit my grandparents and my aunt and uncle, and so I was always with family, and I always like was with family that I love and like grew up with and knew really well. But the very first time that I traveled alone without my parents, I was a little bit intimidated, and obviously flying alone when you're like 14 is a bit, the air hostesses and everybody sort of like keeps a special eye on you. And I had some like trouble at the passport place because they were like, what, you're alone? How is that okay? And so it was a little confusing. But I remember like getting back to my grandparents' house in the UK, and I was like, man, I, kind of miss my parents and my brother. And I was feeling not necessarily homesick, but like missing my people, and, that is like the one and only time that I experienced this kind of thing, this idea of like, oh man, I feel kind of alone or isolated. Most of the time throughout my whole life, like even from a little kid, I have been totally comfortable being alone. And the idea of being alone is actually something that I kind of like, I really enjoy. I'm not somebody who sort of longs for a relationship. Like I don't inherently like, oh, I just need to find a partner. I don't really do that. And I've never kind of done that. I've had long-term relationships, and while I've been in them, I was like, oh, well, this is really nice. It's nice to have like a partner in crime, like a partner to go through life with, somebody who's got my back. But I very much value my alone time. I value just the relaxed, laid back state, being able to do my own thing. Like I'm pretty headstrong. And so the idea of someone coming in and being like, you can't do this, you have to do it this way. I don't vibe with that very well. So I really do enjoy being alone and just like the chillness of it in every regard, like being single, being just literally physically isolated here on the farm by myself. When I travel alone, I really enjoy it. I get to, pick and choose what I do, and I am the master of my destiny. So it's an interesting idea, and I'm actually really looking forward to the prospect of being alone for a month and just relaxing, being able to do what I do, get all my work done, have no sort of distractions. And that's kind of how I view it, which is a little bit weird, and I don't mean it in a negative way, but when I am surrounded by people, whether it is my friends, my family, a potential partner, I always feel like I am accommodating. I'm kind of accommodating their needs. I'm always in the background of my head, in my mind, I'm going, oh, what am I doing? Am I not doing something? Like, should I be, sort of catering to them or making sure that they're okay constantly? And, but when I'm alone, I get that sense of clarity and peace. And I'm just like, this is very good. I know what I'm doing. I can get my work done. I get to choose what I watch, what I do, what I read. and there aren't any of these distractions. And again, I don't mean that in a negative way. I love people. I love my friends. I love my family. I have so much fun when I hang out with them. But when it's just me, there is this sense of peace and this sense that I really don't get when I'm with other people. When I'm with certain people, I definitely feel at ease, my best friends, my closest family. But even they have needs and desires and things that they'd like to do that I didn't necessarily plan for, or I didn't necessarily think when I woke up this morning, oh, I'm gonna do this. And I don't like that. So when I'm alone, it's literally Jack's schedule the whole day. I get to do what I want. And sometimes I wonder, am I too comfortable being alone? Is this unusual? Because I haven't met many people that enjoy being alone as much as I do. And it does beg the question, like, are you too comfortable alone? And a lot of people are always constantly asking, like, why are you single? How are you single? And I usually tell them that, like, dating isn't a huge priority in my life. Like, I love what I'm doing. I'm pretty independent. I love my work. I love the gym. I don't really need to, like, bend over backwards to find a partner or find, like, a boyfriend or a relationship, because I'm really happy with where I am. And my like weird thinking in my own brain is that, I will find the right person and we will make it work and it will be great. But I don't need to be just obsessively swiping on the dating apps or messaging people or those kinds of things, because it's gonna happen and I can just enjoy life at the moment where it is right now, what I'm doing right now. But every now and then I do wonder, like, am I too comfortable alone? I'm just a very particular person that has his likes and dislikes and I think if you're someone that struggles with loneliness, I think a really good tool is just to focus on, like, having that personal agency. Like, if you're someone who's, like, really desiring a partner or a relationship, ask yourself, like, are you happy now? If you were to never meet somebody, your partner, your life, whatever, could you live the life you're living sustainably and enjoyably till the end? And because I honestly think that I could, I think it would be great to find a partner. I'm optimistic about finding a partner one day, but if an angel came down and was like, hey, Jax, I'm sorry, but your soulmate got hit by a bus the other day. It's just going to be you for the rest of it. I really wouldn't mind that. I would say, oh, that's awful. Good to know that, heaven's a thing, seeing the angel and all that. But, I would go on living my life to the fullest and enjoying what I do, interacting with the people that I enjoy to be around, and enjoying my alone time, enjoying the peace I get just walking around the farm with the dogs and, my space, my peace, and, traveling where I want to go, doing what I want to do. So I don't know if that makes me quite unusual, but I know from my brief experience, like, being lonely and feeling that, it's not fun. It really sucks. I think, like, at 14, I was definitely in tears, like, oh, I just want to go home. I miss everybody. I feel so lonely. But I can honestly say I really haven't felt that since. It's just something that doesn't really affect me that much. I think it comes with confidence and independence and really focusing on the things that you love to do. When you focus on the things that you love to do, I don't think you really mind being alone as much. I think you get to this point where you're just very happy to go with the flow and to enjoy what comes and goes, and to realize that those things always change. Like, even your life partner, at some point you two will be separated, unless you guys go in a car crash together or something tragic like that. There will be periods of your life where you will spend a lot of time alone, and learning how to navigate that and be comfortable with it and even thrive during those periods of alone time, I think is incredibly healthy and beneficial to you, because it's a fact of life. We are social animals, but we are constantly separated from our people, our tribe, our community, our loved ones, by many different factors. Just like in Taoism, where they teach that you cannot control the universe, but you can control how you react to it. You cannot control when a loved one gets sick or has to move for a job, or you have a falling out. You can't control those factors, but you can control how you react to them. And learning to evaluate yourself and just enjoy solitude, I think is really powerful. Please let me know what you think. I hope you are not always alone, because too much of anything is not inherently good, and we do need connection. And so whether this is your connection for the day, or you're gonna go out and meet people or see people or share things with each other, I hope you're able to enjoy that. Thank you guys for listening and tolerating me. And, if you just want to feel like you're not alone, I'm always here. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. And as always, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.